everyone, welcome to the video lecture series on group theory. Myself Sudhakar. In the previous lecture, we understood important concepts of group theory, namely abelian group, finite group, infinite group, semi-group, monoid and order of a group. I hope you understood all these definitions. The definition of a group raises some fundamental questions. We know that every group has an identity element. And the first question is, does it has more than one identity element? And also we know that every element in a group G has an inverse. Again, the second question is, does every element has more than one inverse? Answer to these questions are given in the form of properties of groups. Okay, we shall consider elementary properties of groups. The first one is, the identity element of a group is unique, or you can state this as, in a group there is only one identity element. So before giving proof to this, we shall consider an example. We know that Z plus is a group, and what is the identity element in Z? 0, because if we consider an element 2, what is the element we should add so that I get 2? And the element is 0. And this identity element should belong to the given set. Okay. See, the question is, if we consider 2, what is the element we can add so that I get 2 other than 0? Do we have any other element? No, we can't. Therefore, 0 is the one and only one identity element. Okay, we shall prove this one. So we shall consider, let G star be a group and suppose if we have two identity elements. We are proving the identity element of a group is unique. Unique means one and only one. Okay, suppose if we have two identity elements, let it be E and E dash. So what are these two? These two are identity elements of the group G. So we are considering two identity elements. And what is our aim? Our aim is to prove that E is equal to E dash. So we don't have two identity elements, we have one and only one identity element. Okay, first thing is, what we know about E and E dash? E and E dash are identity elements of G. Okay, first case I consider E is the identity element of G. Suppose E is the identity element of G. Okay, what is identity law? A star E is equal to E star A is equal to A. And this is true for all A belongs to G. And this statement is true for every element of G. Okay, now if we consider G, I have so many elements. E and E dash are two elements of G. We are considering like this. Okay, so in place of A, if we replace E dash, because E dash is also an element of G and this statement is true for every element of G. Therefore, E dash star E is equal to E star E dash. What I should get? Same element, that is E dash. Okay, we shall take this as equation 1. On the other hand, we shall consider E dash as the identity element of G. Okay, again, what is identity law? A star E dash is equal to E dash star A is equal to A. Again, this is true for all A belongs to G. Again, E is one of the elements of G. Therefore, get E star E dash is equal to E dash star E. I should get same element, that is E. Okay, we shall consider this as equation number 2. Now observe carefully equation 1 and 2. So here I have E dash star E. Here also I have E dash star E. And I have E star E dash. Here also I have E star E dash. Therefore, left hand sides are equal. Therefore, from 1 and 2, right hand sides must be equal. Therefore, from 1 and 2, we have E is equal to E dash. Therefore, in every group, the identity element is always unique. Okay, now we shall move to second property, that is, if G star is a group, then A star B is equal to A star C, which implies B is equal to C, and it is true for all A, B, C belongs to G, and this we call it as left cancellation law. And the second one, A star B is equal to C star B, implies A is equal to C, and again it must be true for all A, B, C belongs to G, and we call this as right cancellation law. Left cancellation law, you can observe here, if you have A star B is equal to A star C, A which we have in left side has been cancelled, therefore I get B is equal to C. Similarly for right cancellation law. Okay, now we shall prove. So what is given? So given G star is a group. G star is a group. That means it has satisfied all the 4 laws. Okay, we shall consider first one, A. So what is our aim? I should prove B is equal to C. So consider A star B is equal to A star C. Our aim is to prove that B is equal to C. Okay. Now A, B and C are the elements of G. What do you know about G? G is a group. Okay, now since A belongs to G and G is a group, this implies A inverse exists, it belongs to G. Therefore, we shall operate A inverse on both sides. Therefore, next step we get A inverse star A star B is equal to A inverse star A star C. Okay, we are operating A inverse on left side. Okay, next step, use associative law. Therefore, using associative law, we get A inverse star A star B is equal to A inverse star A star C. Okay, we got this step using associative law. Okay, what is A inverse star A? A inverse star A, according to inverse law, I get E, and you write next star B. Similarly, A inverse star A, again it is equal to E according to inverse law, star C. Therefore, what is E star B according to identity law? So identity law is A star E is equal to E star A is equal to A, and it is true for all A belongs to G. So similarly, what is E star B? E star B is B, and E star C is equal to C. Therefore, we got B is equal to C. Therefore, we proved if A star B is equal to A star C, then B is equal to C. So similarly, you try to prove right cancellation law. Okay, next. Okay, next we shall move to next property. The inverse of an element of a group G is unique. The inverse of an element of a group G is unique. Again, so if we consider Z plus, what is the identity? 0 is the identity element. Suppose if we consider 5, what is the inverse of 5? That means what is the number we should add so that right hand side I get identity, and clearly that number is minus 5. Is minus 5 belongs to Z? Yes. Therefore inverse of 5 exists, that is minus 5. And again the question is whether we get any other number other than minus 5 so that I get side. Is there any other number? No. Minus 5 is the one and only one number. Therefore minus 5 is the inverse of plus 5, or we can say 5 is the inverse of minus 5. Therefore inverse we have only 1. Okay, again we shall prove this. Let G star be a group and let A be an element of the group G. So we shall consider an element, and suppose A has two inverses. So we shall take B and C. What are B and C? B and C are inverses of A. We are assuming inverses of A. And what is our aim? The inverse of an element according to examples is always unique. That is, we have only one inverse. Therefore, our aim is to prove that B is equal to C. That is, both B and C are equal. Okay, now we know that here B is the inverse of A. Okay, now consider B is the inverse of A. Okay, according to inverse law, what is inverse law? A star A inverse is equal to A inverse star A is equal to E identity element. Okay, now A inverse means what? Inverse of A. Okay. But what we have here, B is the inverse of A. Therefore, using inverse law, we get A star B is equal to B star A is equal to E. Okay, on the other hand, we have C is the inverse of A. Inverse of A. Again, according to inverse law, we can write A star C is equal to C star A is equal to E. Okay, from these two equations, okay, observe carefully. Okay, I write this as equation 1, this as equation 2. Okay, what's the right hand side of these two equations? E. Therefore, right hand sides are equal. Therefore, left hand sides must be equal. Therefore, I take from 1 and 2, A star B is equal to A star C. A star B is equal to A star C. Left hand sides are equal. Now use left cancellation law. So using left cancellation law, this implies B is equal to C. Therefore, we got this step using left cancellation law. So our aim was to prove B is equal to C. Therefore, I got B is equal to C. Therefore, the conclusion is that the inverse of an element is always unique. Okay, we shall move to next property. if A is an element of a group G, then A inverse whole inverse is equal to A. That means inverse of the inverse of an element is itself. Okay, how to prove this one? So what is given? Given first G star is a group. So G star is a group. And also we know that A is an element of G. So what is our aim? To prove that A inverse whole inverse is equal to A. So before doing this, again I shall consider an example. Again I consider one of the important examples of group, that is Z plus. You can consider other also. So again, if I consider 3 is an element in Z. What is the inverse of 3? Inverse of 3 is minus 3. How we get minus 3? So if I take 3, what is the number I should add so that I get identity? Inverse law. To find inverse, I should use inverse law. So what is that element? Minus 3. Therefore, inverse of 3 is minus 3. Okay, again, what is the inverse of this? I should consider inverse of minus 3. Both sides we have taken inverse. Therefore, 3 inverse whole inverse is, so what is the inverse of minus 3? That is, if I take minus 3, what is the number I should add to get identity right side? That is plus 3. Therefore, inverse of minus 3 is plus 3. Therefore, I got inverse of 3 inverse is 3 itself. Therefore, it is true for every element. Therefore, we shall prove in general. We shall take, let x is equal to A inverse. Now, so what is x plus A? Or we shall take x star. So in general, we should consider the binary operation star. So what is x star A? That is equal to x is A inverse star A. A inverse star A according to inverse law, that is E. Again consider what is A star X. That is equal to A star X means A inverse. According to inverse law, you get E. Therefore, right hand sides are equal. Therefore, left hand side must be equal. Therefore, x star A is equal to A star X. Both are equal to E. Okay, now you see this is of the form A star A inverse is equal to A inverse star A is equal to E. This is of the form inverse law. Therefore, A is the inverse of X or X is the inverse of A. Therefore, what is the inverse of X? Therefore, this implies what is the inverse of X or X inverse is A. Now you replace X. Okay, that is, what is X? X is nothing but A inverse, and I have inverse here. Therefore, that is equal to, therefore we get A inverse whole inverse is equal to E. Okay, we shall go to the next property, that is, if G star is a group and A, B are any two elements of G, then A star B whole inverse is equal to B inverse star A inverse. And we call this as reversal law. And you can state this as inverse of product of any two elements is equal to product of their inverses. Okay, we shall prove this. Okay, now observe carefully. A star B whole inverse is equal to B inverse star A inverse. Okay, what is given? G star is a group and A and B are any two elements of G. Our aim is to prove that A star B whole inverse is equal to B inverse star A inverse. Okay, this is our aim. Okay, now you can read it as inverse of A star B is B inverse star A inverse. So what is A inverse law? A star A inverse is equal to A inverse star A is equal to E. So here A inverse is called inverse of A, or A is called inverse of A inverse. So to prove inverse of A star B is equal to B inverse star A inverse, I should consider, so consider A star B star B inverse star A inverse. So first case we shall consider like this. So this is, we are using inverse law. Okay, now use this equals A star, and this can be written as A star of B star of B inverse star A inverse. Okay, now this is equal to, we are applying associative law, that is equal to A star of, again use associative law, this can be written as B star of B inverse star A inverse. This is equal to A star of, so what is B star B inverse? That is E star A inverse is, A inverse you write as it is. Now this is equal to, A star, what is E star A inverse? If you get E means identity law, therefore you get same element, that is A inverse. Therefore A star A inverse is equal to E. Therefore we got A star B star B inverse star A inverse is equal to E. Okay, consider this equation 1. Okay, similarly we shall consider B inverse star A inverse star A star B. So here I considered A star B star B inverse star A inverse. You reverse that and you write here B inverse star A inverse star A star B. Okay, this is equal to, again use associative law, this can be written as B inverse star of A inverse star of A star B. Again using associative law, we get B inverse star of, okay, using associative law, A inverse star A star B. Okay, this is equal to B inverse star, what is A inverse star A? We get E, and this is star B. So this is equal to B inverse star E star B. Using identity law, we get B. Therefore B inverse B is E. Therefore we get B inverse star A inverse star of A star B is equal to E. So we shall take this as equation 2. Therefore from 1 and 2 we note that A star B star of B inverse star A inverse is equal to B inverse star A inverse star A star B, both are equal to. Okay, this is of the form A star A inverse is equal to A inverse star A is equal to E. That is nothing but inverse law. Therefore B inverse star A inverse is the inverse of A star B, or A star B is the inverse of B inverse star A inverse. Therefore what is inverse of A star B? What is the inverse of A star B? That is B inverse star A inverse. Therefore, we have proved. Okay, you can observe this. We call it as reversal law because A star B whole inverse, and we are writing in reverse order. B inverse star A inverse. So we note few points here. So note. First point, if we have A star B star C, what is the answer? So I should write in reverse order. Therefore, we have to get C inverse star B inverse star A inverse. So similarly, if you have other few elements, you should write in reverse order. Okay, second point is, so in this property, what is G? G is a group. If G is a abelian group, if G is a abelian group, so what happens? So abelian group means it satisfies commutative law. What is that commutative law? A star B is equal to B star A. If I take C star D, you get D star C. Therefore, this implies what is A inverse star B inverse? That is B inverse star A inverse. What is X star Y? Y star X. Therefore, we have, so I consider this here, reversal law. What is A star B whole inverse? That is equal to B inverse star A inverse. But B inverse star A inverse can be written as, so from this we have B inverse star A inverse can be written as A inverse star B inverse. Therefore, we get A star B whole inverse is equal to A inverse star B inverse. So we get directly, we can write directly. If you have A star B whole inverse, you can write A inverse star B inverse if and only if G is abelian. If G is not abelian, we can't write like this. If G is not abelian, I should write only A star B inverse is equal to B inverse star A inverse. If G is abelian, A star B whole inverse can be written as A inverse star B inverse. So I hope you understood all these properties. In the next lecture, we shall solve few problems related to group theory. Okay, thank you.